Welcome to New Zealand's West Coast. This is the name that the locals give to a part of the South Island which is all connected by one road. It's quite a thin strip of land, bounded on the one side by the Tasman Sea and the other side by the Southern Alps. And this is the direction that the weather comes in, so this is where the higher rainfall is. That's why we have such beautiful rainforest on the west coast, but it also means that when you're journeying there, it is likely that you will encounter rain. It takes about 7 hours to drive the length of the west coast, and in terms of things that there are to do there, we have probably 3, maybe 4 major things. One is New Zealand jade, Pounamu, is on the west coast. We have a lovely carver here called Bevan Climo, who's a master carver, who can give you an insight into our Pounamu, our jade, which I think of as the soul stone of New Zealand. It's quite a powerful stone. Secondly, helicopter trips into the Southern Alps. There are certain places which are away from the crowds, which means that you can get beautiful helicopter trips without the pressure of too many helicopters in the area. So that's another win. And up there is where the glaciers are, so we can get you to glaciers where there aren't any people, which is a wonderful thing. And the fourth thing would be, of course, hiking in that rainforest, which is quite special. In terms of accommodation, there's not so much as you go up the coast. It's an area of light population, and I'd say that the highest level of accommodation on the west coast is probably 4-star, maybe 4.5 star. If we go an hour and a half east from the west coast, then we come to a place called Flock Hill, which is 5+ star. And if we go north of the west coast to Nelson, then Okarovilla is absolutely beautiful as well. So in general, for the luxury traveller would probably take a drop in accommodation in order to access this area. But in terms of anyone travelling at that 4-star level, there's plenty of really good stuff around. A lot of it owner operated and owner hosted, and in one particular case, a lovely treehouse owner built to very, very high specification. So it used to be that the accommodation was the drawback on the west coast. It's coming up fast. The second thing that people get a bit wrong about the west coast is giving it too little time. They look at 7 hours of driving and they think, yeah, a couple of days we're going to see that, and then carry on and see the rest of the country. As is the case in most areas of New Zealand, you need a bit longer. So to get up to see some of those beautiful huts in the Southern Alps, to see some of those lovely waterfalls, you really, really want, I would say, 3-4 days minimum, and if you've got a week, that's even better. So it could be a place to come to for your second visit to New Zealand, or if you're someone who is after the road less travelled, then it could be good for your first trip to New Zealand. But bearing in mind again how much time you need here versus other parts of the country.